This tutorial will focus on how to incorporate author's information into the references section using APA 7th edition. Some rules with authors. First and foremost, you're going to invert your author's names. So if I have James Dean Smith, Smith is what's coming first. Smith, comma, and then the first and the middle name are only represented by initials. So you'll see J full stop, a space, and then D full stop. So it follows this, last name, initial, initial. If there's no middle name, makes it easier. You just need to write the first initial. Secondly, if you have two authors, you're following the exact same formatting rules. Okay, so Michael P. Moore would become Moore MP. Destiny Bridges would become Bridges DE. Now to combine them, we're going to use a comma to separate them, as well as an ampersand. If you have 3 to 20 authors, you're still doing the exact same thing. And it would look like so. So I have the last name followed by the first initial, and now I am incorporating a comma after each set. Okay, so after each author's information, you are separating them with that comma, and the ampersand comes before the final author's name. Even if I have a plethora of authors, I do the exact same thing. I separate them all by that comma after their initial, and then the ampersand comes before the last one on the list. If you have 21 or more authors, you're going to include the first 19 authors' names. So trust me on this one is 19. And then I still have the period after the initial, the comma, I incorporate ellipses, and then I have the final author. Extra information. So if they are listed having a title or a position like Reverend, President, a PhD, etc., do not incorporate this information. So if it's Frankfurt and he has a PhD, keep this out. We only need the author's last name, initial, initial. With group authors, you're going to write out the name of the group and capitalize each main word, end it with a period. Here's an example, National Institute of Mental Health, so it's title case heading. If you do not have an author, the title is what's going to come first. So here's an example. Let's say the title of the work was Generalized Anxiety Disorder. That moves into the author's position, but the title is not capitalized, even if it was with the normal reference if there was an author included. I'm going to incorporate a cheat sheet for you. Please feel free to download this, but there are a plethora of examples on here regarding what we just talked about, as well as some other additional information. I hope that this helped. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at writinghelp@westcliff.edu.